Good to have you in. Great NFL weekend. Good college weekend. How about the Texas Longhorns? Nice W for them at the top of the hour where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. When you get older, I would not, of course, ask Joy's age. I'm, in my 50s. And when you look back at life, there are certain things that are absolutes. They call them truisms. They're absolutely true. And they'll never change. Like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches will always taste good to me. I don't care if they invent 8 different kinds of kale. I'll always like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, always the rest of my life. And one of the things that I've noticed, and I don't think at 20 years old, no matter how smart you are, you don't have enough life experience to look back and go, wow, this is true. You can read all the books you want. You got to live it. One of the things I've come to terms with, and this is just the way human beings are, you can separate people into 2 groups. Those people, change is really hard. They can't change. They don't like change. They fear change. And then there's another, and by the way, it's not just education levels. Some people grew up in traditional families. They went to church. It's mom and dad. They don't like change. They don't like new. They're going to live where they grew up, and they're not going to move. My sister's more like that. I'm less like that. Then there's the other people that change is inevitable. I kind of like change. I kind of like moving. I kind of like being forced to do different stuff. I mean, my whole life I've seen this. I see it in politics. I see it in sports. I see it in families. I see it in life. People that struggle with change, they don't even like you to bring it up. They'll complain about it. And people that, change is inevitable. Let's embrace it. So, all weekend long, Clay Matthews. My whole life I've been hitting this way. I can't change. My whole life, this is how you hit a quarterback guy. And the media freaks out. It's killing the game. I can't believe it. Did you watch football this weekend? All weekend long in the NFL. All weekend long in the NFL. Detroit against Aaron Rodgers twice. Did you watch the Lions? Twice. They went for the strip sack on Aaron Rodgers. Watch this. Strip sack. Oh, you mean they were coached all weekend long. Aaron Rodgers, the Lions were coached to not squish him, to not land on him, to evolve and adapt to the rules. Von Miller, Khalil Mack. I watched all weekend long, and all I saw was this Aaron Donald of the L.A. Rams is grabbing quarterbacks, watch this, and throwing them down. He didn't do that 2 and 3 years ago. Aaron Donald now, new rule, I'll grab, twirl you down. The elite players, just like the elite people in life, are willing to change. Be stuck in the mud. Live one way. Never adapt. I mean, this idea that you can't hit quarterbacks. Did you watch the Cowboys-Texans game last night? Those quarterbacks got the snot hit out of them. I mean, Dak got pounded. Deshaun Watson got pounded on. This idea that you can no longer hit quarterbacks. Excuse me. Did you watch the Texans and Cowboys play last night? Those quarterbacks took a pounding for 4 hours. Folks, look at America. The 2 hottest companies in America are Netflix and Amazon. And both radically, midstream, changed their game. Amazon just sold books. Netflix, DVDs. Halfway through the game panel, they're like, wow, we got to survive. We got to change the way we do business. There's other opportunities here. So this idea, whenever I hear people, Clay Matthews, it's just all the media. It's just killing the game, just like pilots. Every year they add something to the cockpit, and they force you at Delta Airlines. They force you at Southwest Airlines. They force you at British Airlines to get a new manual, memorize that, and learn the new stuff. And it was never more clear than in the Green Bay-Detroit game. Very smart plays. By the way, not only are those guys stripping the ball, the first guy especially, they are going, Aaron in one hand and the ball, look at this right here. And by the way, he even flips off of Aaron. He doesn't want to land on Aaron. He hits the ball, and then he flips off Aaron.
I bet if you ask most quarterbacks, they'd rather take the sack than have a fumble.
Oh, God, yes.
But this is what's going to start happening.
This is what's going to happen. And by the way, it's all the top guys. All the top guys in the industry of the NFL are like, yeah, this is how we got to do it now. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney, he's grabbing you with one hand, he's flipping you, and he's going for the ball. So, folks, homework doesn't stop in high school. You're going to have to do homework the rest of your life. You're going to have to come home from work and be like, oh, I got to change. We have a new manual. We have another meeting. We got another product. We got to, that's life. Can I just say this? Speaking of Green Bay, is that I know everybody is going to beat up on Mason Crosby. And I don't like kickers either. I really do. I have a bumper sticker on my car. Don't like kickers. They're a headache. They're head cases. You can't depend on them. But I just want to throw this. This is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy. You do get that they trailed 24-0, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't any good in the first half. And so when Aaron Rodgers has all these great stats in the second half, in the first half, his passer rating was 72. He lost 2 fumbles. They both led to scores. He passed for 140 yards, and his completion percentage was under 50%. Those fumbles led to 10 points. That second half was garbage stats. They were out of the game. So, Aaron Rodgers, as Greg Cosell said last week on our show, Aaron's hard to coach. Aaron's an improviser. Aaron's an ad-libber. And the other thing about Aaron, I'm watching, the guys that take shots in this league? Russell Wilson takes a lot of shots. A lot of shots. He runs around. Deshaun Watson takes a lot of shots. He runs around. Aaron Rodgers takes too many hits. He takes too many hits. Those are on Aaron Rodgers.
Well, it's impossible to block for someone that's running around in circles.
Okay, that's right. But you know who doesn't take hits? Tom Brady doesn't take hits. Drew Brees doesn't take hits. I see a lot of guys in the NFL. They don't take hits. Aaron's been in this league 10 years. Aaron takes hits a lot. He ad-libs a lot. He wasn't good in the first half. He hasn't been good this year a lot. It's not all on the kicker. I mean, Aaron didn't play well yesterday. They got into a huge hole. And in the second half, he piles up garbage stats. It's not always somebody else's fault. It's like Greg Cosell came on our show. He's even a hard guy on film to get your arms around.
Rodgers, for me, is a very, very difficult evaluation because he's in rhythm when he's moving and out of rhythm when he's playing from the pocket, which is the exact opposite of most quarterbacks. He's more jazz musician than classical pianist.
He is now going to be 35. He's had multiple surgeries. He's not very big. He takes a lot of hits. Drew Brees does not get hit like this. Tom Brady does not get hit like this. Now, yesterday, Matt Ryan got hit like this, but Matt Ryan generally doesn't get hit like this. So, I like Andrew Luck, but Andrew Luck gets hit a lot because Andrew Luck held on to the ball too long. Aaron Rodgers holds on to the ball too long. It's not always somebody else's fault. I'm watching Aaron yesterday. He's bad in the first half, missed open receivers. They're down 24-0. That changes the complexity of the entire game. You go in at halftime, it's a different football game now. You have but 3% chance to win. Coming up next, where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. On a Monday in Los Angeles, it's the Hert.
Is anybody